This week's In the Field is presented by Gordon's Feed and Pet.
I'm Curtis Millsap. This is Millsap Farm, which I own and operate with my wife and my 10 children, and a farm manager and farm hand, and a fellow who helps us a lot in the barn. Well, Millsap Farm by the numbers, okay? So we're 20 acres. We've been here 11 years. On that 20 acres, we grow 2.5 acres of vegetables. That is our full-time income and has been for the past 10 years.
Millsap Farms grows a very diverse mix of produce and flowers, so their customers have a good seasonal selection. And yes, don't worry, they keep it coming year-round.
So on that 2.5 acres of vegetables, we grow from A to Z in vegetables. We grow asparagus, arugula, beets, beans, carrots, kohlrabi, cilantro, parsley, green beans, oh, I think I already mentioned that one, bell peppers, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, zucchini, and about 40 more crops. On a given year, we have literally 43 different kinds of vegetables. So that's not like different kinds of carrots counted in there. That's carrots as a kind. So, so we actually have 238 or something like that varieties each year. 16 varieties of tomatoes, for example, and 4 varieties of cherry tomatoes, and so on down the line. So we grow a really diverse mix of crops, and there's several reasons for that. One is that as we've grown as farmers, one thing we've learned is in any given year, some things are going to do well and other things aren't. Another reason we include a lot of diversity is we find that people, like our vegetables, come in lots of shapes and sizes and tastes. And so some people absolutely love red beets, and other people really don't care for red beets, but they like golden beets. Some people love cherry tomatoes, and that's really the only tomato they want to eat, and other people won't touch anything unless it's a giant red heirloom slicer. And so finding those niches for everybody is kind of part of my challenge.
The Millsaps wanted to find ways to market their extra produce within the community and decided a few years ago to create a CSA program, and have had great success. We were lucky enough to stop by on CSA delivery and pickup day to see how it all worked and the unique way Curtis and his family educate and feed the community.
You know, one thing we learned really early on, and more by reading than anything, was if you don't have a marketing plan in place before you grow your vegetables, then you're really just growing a gigantic compost pile, right? You know, you gotta have a way to get rid of this stuff, and it has to go out the door and it has to make money. So what we do, we market 3 different ways. We sell at the Farmers Market of the Ozarks, which is a great market. We also sell to some restaurants, and that's been a really neat connection. It's a great way to see our food on some really high-end plates around Springfield. But our favorite way to sell stuff is community-supported agriculture. CSA is a system where people buy a share of our produce in advance, and they pick it up once a week through the season. We run 2 seasons. We do a 6-month summer season and a 6-month winter season. And so in the summertime, we have 150 members, and those people come out to the farm or have it delivered to their home once a week. And it's a really neat system. One of the things we love about it is we get to know the people who are eating our produce.
I'm Mike Nemeth. I've been a Millsap CSA member since 2010. I'm a CSA member because I like the idea of knowing the farmer that I am getting vegetables from. I like the idea of helping out with doing the harvest on certain weeks and stuff. I know that everything is 100% organic. It is great that it's coming from a local place, not, I'm helping a local farmer and learning lots from him. Each CSA member serves 12 hours. You work 12 hours and per season, I guess. So, and yeah, you do a variety of things, like you plant this big fig tree right out here on the other side is one of them that I planted years ago that is ginormous now. And yes, you pull weeds, you learn to harvest certain things, you get dirty in the bud, and it's fun even bringing the kids out for them to learn what a hard day's work is. And last time I was here, we had 9 kids up here and 4 adults, so it was fun.
The Millsaps are serving CSA customers all around the Springfield Metro. His vision? More competition. Yes, Curtis truly believes there is a growing demand for locally produced produce, and he alone can't meet that demand.
What I would love to see, if we were to try and forecast what's going to this food world in Springfield is going to look like in 20 years. I would love to see 100 farms like me scattered around the perimeter of Springfield. I mean, I'm delivering to Nixa and Ozark, and that really doesn't make sense. I should be able to have 150 or 200 members who just come 2 miles and pick up on my farm. And that's my goal, is that eventually that's who would buy my produce, and the folks down in Nixa and Ozark will be served by a fabulous CSA down there, and the people in downtown Springfield will be served by some farm like my sister-in-law's farm where they can bike to it, you know, and actually just cut the emissions all the way out of it. So I think there's a tremendous amount of room for local produce, local agriculture in general. Location's key to that. You can't be local unless you are on the right location.